Voilà, chers amis, bonjour à vous, bienvenue à vous sur 100% Passion, deuxième et dernière vidéo découverte de Disco Elysium. Pourquoi dernière? Parce que je veux quand on est à une découverte et pas à un let's play complet, et je pense qu'on est plutôt bien avec 2 vidéos. Du coup, j'ai de l'équipement, ça je peux pas l'équiper. Apparemment j'ai un nouveau temps de vêtements. Ah oui, les gants. Je peux équiper les gants, bien sûr. Allons-y. Ah, j'ai l'air magnifique comme ça. Bon, barrez-vous. Il est écrit PI chez R. Le port industriel du Grand Machin, d'accord. Quelque chose me dit que je suis pas au bon endroit. Ils m'ont dit au nord. Mais je n'ai pas de carte. Donc le nord, ce serait par là? Oh merde, oui. Une odeur de viande pourrie et de lait caillé pénètre vos narines. Un être humain se décompose. Mais oui, il est là. Cette échelle pour gamin est un peu branlante, mais utilisable. L'échelle pour enfants ne supporterait pas le poids d'un homme adulte. Ok, je note l'info.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Oui, il est mort, quoi.
You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Légendaire. Faire abstraction de l'odeur sans vomir. Ça va être compliqué.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Mais je vais pas m'en aller, moi. Quelqu'un essaie de faire pousser des plantes dans la serre.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Like a gremlin, ok.
Oh yeah! Nappa comfy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Mais putain.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all
Non,
about.
non, je suis pas trop trip, moi.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Game, qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
Quel terrain?
You will see.
Notre frère et sœur?
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Non, pas du tout.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Je peux lui mettre une baffe dans sa gueule.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
Je te demande pardon.
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
Donc même pour le gosse, c'est chaud, quoi.
No, don't
Dunno. Keep that gardener used to work there.
Oh, oui, attends. Quelle
Yeah,
jardinière?
that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Tu veux parler de la jeune femme à côté de Whirling in Rags?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her.
Mais elle m'a dit qu'elle connaissait rien du cadavre.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Qui est Kumo? Qui est
Kuno's
Kuno?
Kuno, pig.
Donc tu parles de toi à la troisième personne.
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person.
Oh putain. Au secours.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate,
Sérieusement?
Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Bon, qu'est-ce que je peux faire ici? Je suis quand même dans la sauce. Le faire taire. Non, c'est chaud. Ne pas le frapper, c'est une mauvaise idée. J'ai envie de lui foutre un pain, mais c'est un gosse. Non, je vais laisser tomber.
Look,
Je me casse.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Tu lis dans mes pensées, Kuno?
I can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You know what? You should have hit the Kuno, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
Je me casse. Je me casse. C'est trop... Ouais. Non. Désolé pour ce moment de mutisme, les amis, mais je réfléchissais et... à ne pas faire le mauvais choix. Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? On va tout prendre, oui. Allez, let's go. Du magnésium, c'est bien. Et de l'argent! Merveilleux. J'ai de la monnaie, mais j'ai de l'argent. Mécanisme de ce trioxyde depuis des années. Ok. Mais du coup, la jardinière. Oh, attendez.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
Perception. Hein. Pourquoi est-ce que je regarde ce matériau pour toiture? 42%. Oh, ouais, on tente, allez.
Because it's nice and orderly. well
Ce qui est
laid
joliment
palettes,
agencé, des
easy on
palettes
the
soigneusement
eyes.
disposées, c'est agréable à l'œil.
No,
Ce n'est
there's
pas
more
tout,
to
tu
this.
ressens une drôle de sensation.
You get this strange, hard to say. It's gone now,
La sensation, c'est
Feelings
fugace,
pass,
vois-tu,
you see.
sur tous les plus infimes.
especially the small ones.
Donc c'est verrouillé, je peux pas le relancer, quoi.
It's nothing.
Il y a de tout,
Someone
quelqu'un
just
se
left
demande
some
de
roofing
donner
material
clôture.
slanted
Ok.
against an old.
Ah, j'ai raté mon jet, du coup, je sais pas ce que c'est. Quelle vie. Mais du coup, la jardinière, elle me cache des choses. La jardinière me cache des trucs. Allons jeter un œil.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Me? I am just a gardener.
Ouais,
I'm
faites quoi par
working.
ici? Le travail. Sur quoi?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
Mais...
Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Bon, ça corrobore ce que le gamin a dit, elle travaille là et elle a dû se barrer parce que l'odeur, quoi. Ouais. Mais du coup, il faut qu'on le décroche, ce cadavre. Il faut qu'on en fasse quelque chose.
There he still is, looking right through you with his
On va
white
essayer de faire
eyes.
abstraction
The
de
body
l'odeur, mais
below
c'est chaud quand
is
même.
entirely. The smell is repulsive.
Ouais.
It pushes in from your mouth.
Tant pis, je vomis. Bon, moi j'aurais passé petit lavage d'estomac. Petit lavage d'estomac au calme. Voilà. Maintenant
You
je vais
feel
mieux.
a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Putain de mec avé. Désolé.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Merci.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Ok, où est-ce qu'on trouve ça?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Oh.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Ok. Intéressant, intéressant. Allons chercher de l'ammoniac.
Hello again, officer. How are... Sure. I'm done with them.
Oh, cool.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Ok. Cool, j'ai de l'ammoniac. Excellent. Merveilleux. Ampoule d'ammoniac, très bien. J'imagine qu'il s'utilise automatiquement.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white
Plus un,
eyes.
j'ai de l'ammoniac.
The
C'est quand
body
même
below
17%.
is
hein.
entirely dedicated. You crack
Oh, j'ai
open
réussi!
the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still strong.
Unbelievable!
It's a spell of the mind.
C'est une prise
telling you
d'ampoule
to
d'ammoniac
run.
qui inspire un grand coup. L'odeur de la mort est encore tenace. Un sortilège de l'esprit t'incite à fuir et invite ton estomac à se vider. Les yeux plissés, tu tiens le choc.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Donc, Les réseaux de tatouages ont été effacés. La sangle de cargo. Il a des bottes particulières, ce monsieur.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Chaussures en polymère, d'accord.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
Ouais, c'est bizarre quand même.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Ce ne sont pas de simples bottes. C'est une armure.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, ça va, monsieur connaît les termes techniques. Connard.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Où ça?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
D'accord, mais le reste de l'armure?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
Ouais, j'avoue.
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
Non, ça serait complètement con de porter les bottes et pas l'ensemble. Quoique.
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Non, il devait porter quelque chose ayant de la valeur sous ses vêtements. Ils les lui ont retirés pour l'atteindre. Peut-être qu'ils ont voulu le foutre à poil pour l'humilier.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the besmirties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Ah, j'avoue.
Fucking talking about underpants.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Ouais.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
À quoi ça me fait penser?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
Ok.
The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50,
Oh.
100, 1000.
On dirait qu'il y a un numéro de série sur le sol ray droit.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Oui, parce que
The
regarde de
locals
l'armure.
probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on.
Ouais, j'avais déjà
We
demandé.
should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll...
The sabatons dangle off the man's decay.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies
Ah
deemed
ouais?
it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Ah ouais, ça vaut combien?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Jackpot.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
Non, non, pas du tout. Mais
Of
non.
course.
Mais non, mais
The
pas du tout.
lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
That's
J'avoue.
for us to find out.
Comment c'est payé ça?
My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Mhm. Un peu trop sophistiqué pour un vigile.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Ouais, je suis curieux de voir s'il n'y a pas un truc. Hein.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from
Uh-oh.
above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Ah, d'accord, je vois. Si je tire trop fort, la tête va lâcher. Merde. Quoi?
Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Faire quoi?
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
C'est une technologie ennemie avancée. Ouais, j'avoue, ouais, moi c'était mon idée de base de voir s'il n'y avait pas un anis dans les bottes. Hein.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
Marqué un point.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Vous voulez les bottes d'un mort? Non.
All right then. You can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
Il y a des points d'honneur?
Of course there aren't. Don't be naive.
Oh, ça va,
You
je le
still
savais.
feel as though there might be some honor points. And if there are, you've surely earned one.
Ah! Bon, ok, j'ai compris.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Il y avait pas un truc pour voir les tatouages?
The
Oui.
cadaver slowly twists on the cargo
La
belt.
sangle, c'est une
His
sangle
torso,
de docker, ils ont
the
dit.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Oh, le camionneur. Le camionneur. Je l'avais pas grillé. On avait fait le camionneur. Il disait qu'il était venu chercher de la marchandise. Avec ses... Merde, mon Joy-Con. Ah! Excusez-moi. Avec ses apples. Mhm.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Comment ils l'ont accroché là-haut? Une vraie question, hein.
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Non.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Ce serait un coup des
The
dockers
brief
alors?
suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Si, ben, bien sûr. Si, bien sûr, oui.
Then you
Oui.
should ask me the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt,
Tatouage.
limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Ça m'intéresse.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Mhm.
His corpse is marked by stars.
Oh. Et les miels seraient constellés de quoi?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
D'alcool et de chagrin, fils de pute. Microélectronique. Dans le national. Il n'y en a aucun autre qui me tente, mais un truc plus artistique, ouais.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were up.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Qui c'est que cette merde?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Quoi?
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
Même question.
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash,
Ah, appareil photo
followed
portable,
by
d'accord.
the breaking of a
des
small
premiers,
pool of glass.
On est en 51, je le
See
rappelle. Hein.
streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Ok.
In case we need it.
Ok.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
Use it wisely. Ouais, t'inquiète.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Ouais, je peux l'avoir?
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Parfait.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Ok.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Ok, ok.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark
Okay,
brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Et là, je le fixe en mode... Ah, mais qui es-tu?
I'm gone.
Je suis parti. Je sais bien que tu es parti, mais qui es-tu?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Maintenant, oui. Mais qui étais-tu de ton vivant?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Intéressant. Une autre question.
Go ahead, Coppo.
Je te déteste, tu schlingues et t'es chiant. Où es-tu allé?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Oui, non, mais j'ai compris que t'étais mort.
In the past. Way out in the west. What do you mean?
C'est à toi que je parle.
It's the power of your... imagination.
Oh, mais non. Par pitié.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You
Ton
fucking
imagination.
love questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Ouais, vas-y.
Here you go, you loony.
Le Maboule. Raoul, c'est mon nom?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Ça me va bien, Raoul.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Ah ouais? Pourquoi est-ce que j'ai la sensation d'avoir oublié un truc horrible?
Because you have.
Ok, bon, je te déteste, tu schlingues et t'es chiant.
Do I remind you of someone?
Tu me rappelles moi dans le miroir dans la salle de bain. Tu me rappelles un bébé atteint d'harlequinisme.
There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you'll be just like me.
Feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin above waist level, more like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking.
Ah merde.
Your liver tells you so.
Problème de foie? Nice.
Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Plissez les yeux, reculez un pas.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Je plisse les yeux, Kim. Pourquoi je fais ça?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Oh.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Il s'est fait tabasser. Vous voyez ces bleus?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their
Quoi,
little
ils
spots.
sont servis comme punching ball, c'est ça?
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Et je vais le fumer, ce gamin.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Ah, c'est eux avec les cailloux, putain. Je sais pas quoi penser, et vous?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
On l'aurait déplacé après sa mort?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
But there is no breath to
Donc,
catch.
comment on le décroche?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Non, c'est bon. On le décroche.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
En effet.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Si la branche, mais elle est trop haute. On pourrait utiliser notre arme pour le faire tomber. Alors, il va falloir être précis.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Viser la sangle, ouais, c'est ça.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Ah, je vais essayer, hein.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Non, je voulais le faire moi.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Je vais rien dire, je vais laisser se concentrer.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Look about asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy. But then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Oh putain.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it. No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Mais je voulais le faire moi, bordel.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Ouais, mais le problème c'est que si je tire...
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
Ah, de tirer. Ah. Non, mais je pensais qu'il voulait tirer, genre... Tirer sur le cadavre, vous voyez ce que je veux dire? Genre, il le chope par les jambes et il tire pour le décrocher.
They only have one gun.
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs.
Officer,
Putain.
why do we only have one gun?
Non, je lui ai pas dit que j'avais pas demandé un signal.
The lieutenant follows suit. He finishes loading the gun in silence.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
D'abord, il va lui le poids de l'arme, oui, bien
The
sûr.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle
Oh, je
comes
le
into
sens pas, je
focus
sens que
in
c'est
your
une connerie.
sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Je lui ai dit de fermer sa gueule. Oh putain. Coordination, visio, tactile, difficile, passe prédétente. J'ai 28% de chance. Hein. Fermez d'abord. Non, ouvre les deux yeux. Oh putain, pointez l'arme vers Kunoès. Non, 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 non. Ah, je le sens pas, putain, je le sens vraiment pas. Hein.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Oh, même si je pointe l'arme sur ce sale gosse pour lui faire peur.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Non, 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 je vais faire une connerie. Non, 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 non.
I agree. Enough gunslinging for today. We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools and they have men.
Ok. Ok, ok, ok. Je le sentais pas de toute façon, je le sentais pas. Putain, je l'adore ce jeu, hein. Il est vraiment chouette. C'est écrit quoi là-haut? Rue Saint... Ok. Et c'est quoi?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
C'est un centre commercial? Non. Attends. Via interphone avec une grille de boutons affiche l'ensemble des entreprises du centre commercial de la Delta Est. Ah mais c'est à l'abandon. Service fenêtre H24, l'atelier d'Emma, le taxiderme Fabron. Taxidermiste j'imagine. Hall principal, putain, flipper de la Delta Est. Ok, on verra plus tard. Enfin, je verrai plus tard. Surtout moi. Et il se passe des choses ici. Améliorer le niveau. Ah, je peux améliorer le niveau d'un de mes talents. À l'art dramatique, hein. Évidemment. Bah oui. J'ai bien fait de mettre middle partout. Hein. Le mouchoir. Je peux pas l'équiper non plus. Et au niveau de mes pensées, on en est où? Ah voilà, je peux équiper les deux. Ok. Rebobiner, remonte, va pas aviner jusqu'à chez vous, sauter par-dessus le pont levé du canal, au nord, au sud-ouest, tomber, relevez-vous, quitter la... Vous verrez une rue adjacente avec vos empreintes dans la boue. Ok. Plusieurs encyclopédies. La mémoire factuelle revient. Durée de l'intériorisation 6h15. Ah ok. Ok. Donc je laisse des trucs gamberger et ça aura des résultats. Ok, d'accord. Ah. C'est le temps de la réflexion en fait. Ok. Du coup, je peux parler à quelqu'un ici. Bon.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Pourquoi je parle? Oui. Non mais pourquoi je ferais un truc pareil?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Bah non.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to...
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strike breakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Tout doux. J'ai pas encore choisi mon camp.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the...
Right to work! Right to work!
Quoi qu'il en soit, j'ai quelques questions à poser.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
J'aimerais bien entrer dans le port.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
Voilà, c'est une affaire officielle.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
C'est pas mon domaine de compétence.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
Bon. Ah oui, lui là-haut.
Scab?
Je suis pas un ruffian, je suis flic.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
T'as raison, c'est presque impossible. Je suis sûr à 90% que je ne le résoudrai jamais. Non. Peut-être que tu m'aider à le résoudre en me disant qu'il l'a fait.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Ah, je sais que c'est la vérité. D'accord. Mais j'ai besoin d'aide avec un cadavre.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Et donc, je peux passer la porte?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
C'est aussi simple que ça.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Devant George Cabot.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Ok.
Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again.
Ok.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Donc tu dois me dire que ça va pas être aussi simple.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oui, bien sûr.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or... maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Et quelqu'un l'a déjà convaincu en confrontation physique?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Sure.
Ok, ok. Ouais, sympa d'avoir parlé avec toi, hein. Connard. Bon. Oh, je suis monté du coup. Faut que je redescende. Oui. Bon. Et donc je monte par où, il a dit? Ah non, mais faut que je monte par là en fait. Ah oui, d'accord. Ok, j'ai compris. Ok, bon. Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? En cas de grève, appuyez sur le bouton derrière le dispositif de sécurité. Ok. Une porte scellée hermétiquement. Elle est fermée grâce à un système électro-électronique. Ok. Tout le monde est inférieur à George Caboche. Impossible de crocheter ou de défoncer cette porte. Normal. Bonjour.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Ok.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Mon corps triomphe ma dégénérescence, ça c'est clair. Bon, encore n'a pas d'importance. Je suis policier et on doit rentrer.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Et attendez, Al-Ghul? Comme Ra's al Ghul, le mec dans Batman? Vous lisez des comics?
Yes, Al Ghul.
Ah bah d'accord.
I doubt it. My microcephalic race, so...
Ça pue à ce point?
It's not good.
C'est pas terrible.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
J'ai aucun problème t'as le coup.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself.
Je vous montre Al Ghul et alcool.
Occidental haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Excusez-moi, pardon? Je suis de la police et j'ai besoin de votre coopération. Sur le champ. Et peu importe votre théorie de race, j'ai juste besoin que vous m'aidiez à faire mon travail. S'il vous plaît.
Jerking motions. Signs of a late stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Autrefois.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Enculé.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Allez, j'ai juste besoin que vous reculiez d'une vingtaine de
It is my
centimètres.
task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
Mais vous avez raison sur toute la ligne. Maintenant, j'ai juste besoin que vous m'aidiez à décrocher le cadavre de l'arbre.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Bon, écoute, mon gars, ça va faire 1 heure que la vidéo
Bring your
tourne.
troops
Ça
to
a
the
suffisamment
Seminole
duré comme ça.
Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the oaths to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Alors, conceptualisation des races théorie, avancer des races, et je peux l'assommer avec 17%. Mais il va me casser la gueule. Il va me casser la gueule. Allez, c'est maintenant. Le coup critique. Oui. Oh. Ça va, mon gars?
Just like that.
Oh putain, oui. Et d'un coup, ton instinct a pris le dessus. Un coup solide directement dans la gorge, dans le cartilage. Vous pourrez jurer avoir senti le voile du palais se briser. L'homme tressaute, il cherche à reprendre son souffle. Le temps s'arrête autour de vous. Au loin, les bruits du port s'éteignent. Tout ce que tu entends est un petit gargouillement tandis qu'un filet de sang apparaît sur la lèvre de l'homme. Oh, le 3-6. Vas-y, le 3-6. Oh! It's Kishi.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise.
Ah oui, oui,
to
oui.
your left is
Mais bien sûr. Eh oui. Disco Inferno.
Slam your fist on the button. The man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Ouais, c'est moi le nouveau Jauge Caboche.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Ah putain, excellent. C'est moi le nouveau Jauge Caboche, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ben, les amis, on va s'arrêter là pour cette vidéo, pour cette découverte de Disco Elysium. Incroyable. Du coup, je vous fais de gros bisous. Normalement, la prochaine vidéo sera sur un jeu de cartes que j'ai entendu parler récemment, qui s'appelle Inscription. Donc n'hésitez pas à suivre la chaîne, ça devrait sortir courant de la semaine prochaine. Je vous fais de gros bisous et je vous dis donc à très bientôt. Allez, salut!